Yama kwaba ediba Adom TV so said ya munim no Saturday bia no yanemo etenase ewo sports arena so enti eneda yin so no yasan eno asinkondwa yasan no watenase ene 26th of the month April 2025 anopai no said ye nuanum Germany for ebekano good morgen ene ye call edi amo bibia ohwe Adom TV sanso ena French for no ebekano bonjour enti bebia wo bia wote ye nkano na ye the special bonjour no ye de ama yam sign ama special good morning ye nuanum potokasa for no be mo ate ase ne ama wache ewo akan kasa mu ebra no aso enti minim se ene dai baby awo bia no se ojojo wa home ewo fie baby awo nan bia no se Facebook Adom TV Extra obetimi anya Sports Arena Saturdays edition no obetimi anya hwe ama bibia akoso nondu abapa wonsima no mako aduasa miensa eko nunum so dwumadi kese a yewo etenase enememri na ye ne wo ache no mesrew ye be sorry ana obehu se ye ni senior fidi kese esubiema agese premo ato premo to a de akabia no ebekoso atwagu ewo Adom TV so enti koso a na one atena samri no ene ye nkoso antena ene ye nkoso a eti nkondwa na ye no eni agode hu enkomo hye no nso se enei no se ye di enkomo dodo na ewo amanone a ebeye UEFA Champions League semi final perna aba ene kwanya omfa so edu the semi final. The shocking one was the Kiddies Paradise Arsenal's and a shocking dodo na after say omoshe the Whites the Kingus fantastic La Casablanca the White Angels home and away now omode qualify PSG so qualify entini na no yebetina se ne preview eno and nei say ohwe Spain match kese ba ko ano wotwe bo a ebekoso no the Spanish Kings Cup ye twanitia kind of Copa del Rey eno Barcelona and Real Madrid and I did pem so Hansi Flick against Ancelotti who carries the day and as a wine and a nay oje trophy no Copa del Rey no and also your Belgium rena ye di hun come we na ya hwe the Ghana Premier League course no matches are ebetodwa match day 20 9 nay mienu todwa ochina dodo nanso ebetodwa but trust Adom TV said ye me no watena se yesanbo no mienu empai mu a ye besan betena se ne ya preview the Ghana Premier League Accra Lions game ane obono ye behwe against Bechem United na no so no ya jemre edi hu nkomo nti ya tena se no ye besan akọ boardroom ye beko boardroom na yakohwe de ni ese ye de emawo ye nua Alfred Ayifro ebesan akosika tokrom na gada makakra ese wonsa ka no eno so wasan ma wonsa aka enti bus kese ya wafri no ede o kom ya bebre Sports Arena on Adom TV Dennis Asamwani mesro Odin Samrani bia eba enye alatula V Power me guest anopai gomo jama this year enso ebesan abeka ho am ye di djumadi no abrel kejuwa usually ota etin nka se odi djumadi abrel omomotachi edoso medame ho aba na yede de akabia atoa so ama bibia akoso Haji Dean is in the building enti shenon so mame se obekọ boardroom na de ese uhu na wo shenon so bia no all the amount mesrew we are being controlled into a control room ye jai e de amount camera fo am boa mu a mo boa ma ye ho ye fa ye betena ha nyina no ene sound fo nyina so ye damase ye nan homra ye ba ye de Sports Arena ne pompon so kese no ne ye start e de amount and Saturday morning enti stick and stay na ye ntwa ye ho emra bon arrivé ye mo akwaba e de ba eye Sports Arena eso said ye de ye kan ekyerɛw no ye twa ye ho aba na yasan bayi no abadwafo aye krado V Power atenase dada en ne Manchester United jersey ultimate say minim de ohwehwe say Manchester United enye eman this time around ono ankasa nenim Haji Dean and so wo fie ha but the ebedi kan no man the UEFA Champions League semi final baby ayabo adu but ye bo no tofa no ye behwe we kwan omfa so a omudu that semi final the na shocking one Arsenal almighty Madrid Arsenal Madrid even the first leg amanfo can be breeze Arsenal the second leg be semis no pair na ba Arsenal ebo Paris Saint-Germain Barcelona ebo Inter Milan akwaba
yejala tu
na fie boko
nyame adom
ahode
won kwan die
ye waze
da bia meka na me a friend a colleague in the industry a bonkom Krobia Asante
okay
I see on no mom pie MBCS kada. Zide bi obo empire osre nkwa. Because who nkwa wa din nyina.
Sure.
Oka sa asem medwen hu kwa chi pa of course. Who nkwa wa. Nti ye da nyame ase. Say Saturday ni twi ni e kan memene
da.
Ha, memene da san aba.
French for no kind of samedi.
I said no French about bon arrivé na bon.
And yes sir, me ankasa na mabon. Me make it me na we be jan sisi ya.
I see. Ti omo ka French.
Oh French for pure French for.
Nous allons
me ana men komo nche da nko Ivory Coast ntimi nche da.
And yes am
nti e bia beti ya chen but you do ba bia dem di bebo buga so metimi di abo. This maestro say call Afcon Cameroon net say. O be ba be frɛ me.
Simple. Ala tu ne nim ono nim de extra de.
Me na nim kakra.
You cannot go without.
But don't forget say ne no na yenu DJ one and so. Ne 1 week ne koso what tema community 2. Enti adofo ne ajamfo nyina no egusu a ekoso. For now no unti yade a unti me predict. O ye den ya say ebeba. Nyame nko an ebetime sia no.
Say ya meka say
Nti ya 1 week ne koso live.
Yeah, because say a chok kunkum say.
Twegu.
Nipa bewu. Ye bewu nipa bewu nipa ewu na atemu ho. Nso nipa gidi say nipa bewu na atemu de nipa se wonji ntin. Eno de issue for another. But ala to young question now bisa. I think say odi ahye. Me de ma Arsenal a chance over Real Madrid.
Okay.
And me metna ha mesesama no.
Debi. Obi anya hankwa no be.
Yeah.
Amanfo follow.
Amanfo man what to try am.
Oh, amanfo follow.
Amanfo they be say na we a journalist now kasa
he did the work.
As in
Arsenal Madrid game no. Both the first leg and the second leg.
Madrid there I think the players didn't step up. And Yebeka Copa del Rey who asem. I'll go into that.
Okay.
Players not. You see a lot of Madrid fans are criticizing Ancelotti. But metnasi din na mibisa say with the Real Madrid frame no. Din name be adwon say in their setup they should have the best player in every position in the world.
Yeah.
But who is Real Madrid's right back? Dani Carvajal, one of the best. We proud the whole even Adom Militao or Rudiger Bono. Adom Militao didn't start football as a centre back. He's a DM. But he had to come into that role. Left back here, Ferland Mendy, Fran Garcia. They weren't around. Find a boy, David Alaba, who has been injured since. In mid a whole lot of times, watch the importance of Vinicius in their team. The importance of Mbappe, Rodrigo, and those boys didn't come to the party. And it was a party show.
The question is, if they were in the party, results in a massacre.
Oh, if they were there, but Anka they and fan castle. But the fact
I don't know Arsenal for Abaso. Why not?
Me Arsenal Abaso. Me see Onimnia na so ye. Onimnia no so ye. Arsenal were charitable in this game. They should have scored Madrid over 2 legs, 8-1 and 9-1. In the first leg could have been worse. So Arsenal put up a good strategy. They were fine in every department. From goalkeeping, defense, even with Luis Kelly or very young. You who the input. You who the sort of input at Timber, even without Gabriel and me say Jacob Kivior is a better defender than Gabriel Magalhaes. Arsenal fans can disagree. But Jacob Kivior share the mentality of the ball football. Some seasons back, Magalhaes was all over the place. But the man is solidity. He's been consistent, and Saliba has made him a great defender. Arsenal fans can disagree. In midfield, Partey, Odegaard, Declan Rice, solid trio. On the our in 31.
Now, Ronaldo, what age? No, they were Messi.
Ronaldo,
what age?
And you
Ronaldo,
see,
no. Ronaldo.
Alatu, asem we make and don't think say me despise players of African origin. We are not playing with the right ages. And we know enya ade America tarnish your image.
Okay.
In reality on the ground.
30 or 31 na ye kano. And the actual age say
even if it's the actual age, Ronaldo, the work Ronaldo has put into himself, Partey hasn't done it.
Okay.
At a point in time, per anatomy, ne expert, Ronaldo had the body of Obi in the 20s. At a point in time, because of commitment.
Until Luka Modric, no more body biano.
But you mentioned Ronaldo, Inter-American. Obiano level of commitment. Their players, Modric can still play. But even at his age, he's not a regular. But Partey, if you look at him realistically, he's a fine player. But make us say, age is not on his side. And anybody who is watching will understand. But Menia just said, when he got the opportunity, he stood out. And Arsenal will miss him in the first leg of the class versus PSG.
Okay.
So a game of 2 minus, or game of 2 underachievers.
Yeah.
Why? PSG, wako final baako pe. Arsenal so mpacho wako final ahe. Baako pe.
Thierry Henry in him time.
Thierry Henry boabro. Arsenal should have won that fight. Omo boabro. The next season he was off to Barcelona. And Okoji.
Until Shedana.
Omo boabro or boabro. I've always had that opinion. Though Barcelona had the Ronaldinho's great players, but Arsenal should have won because they were coming from seasons of consistency. No one invisible. Meboa. What the whole Premier League season unbeaten, undefeated. They are the only side in the Premier League with a golden trophy. From that time, 05, 06, they were top side. They had peaked. They had great players in that setup. And but Henry Koye Kokwasa, he was the man they were counting on because he even did the magic at the Bernabeu. Their game of 2 minutes. And you see, Enrique is doing something. Game.
Another tough game.
Intense. So
a tough game to Arsenal PSG.
Oh, on paper, historically, game of precedent here, Barcelona Inter. Arsenal PSG, any history, sir.
Okay.
And the big one, that game. And the last time I Inter share Barcelona 2 legs, so you need film. And you know, and I know Dean has said it, one of the teams that were the best squad and one of the best managers in Europe. International. And there's a player in that team, and you're Lautaro Martinez, a friend Nicolo Barella.
Okay.
Nicolo Barella, solid player. This Inter team on paper a good side. Hard to crack down. On a day Inter team, no, difficult defensively. You would know. To be sir, Pep Guardiola, when they played Inter in the final, okay, I said then, this is a typical Antonio Conte
team.
Inzaghi himself wing back system, no, or bot three back, and he has one of the most intelligent centre backs in the world in Bastoni. When it comes to experience, there's Acerbi, there's Benjamin Pavard, there's Jan Bisek, Di Marco, Stefan De Vrij, there's Dumfries. Only if you are Di Marco, Damien Munyina Sheho. In midfield, they have Shakanoglu. Mkhitaryan is aging. Barella is in that team. Up front, they have Marcus Thuram, Lautaro Martinez. They have what it takes to hurt any opponent.
Really?
Barca were equally good, sir. Barca's biggest credit, Maka, is this team runs 90 minutes. Almost team, they understand the demand of Flick. And when you look at Flick, and the Juma Wire of Barca are incredible, remarkable. To have these young chaps, blend them with experience in Lewandowski. Before Flick, Rafinha almost left for Saudi. But there's a renewed player in Rafinha. Lewandowski needs no introduction. And then there's Lamine Yamal, who can cause trouble.
So they want
a tough game, but I tip Inter to qualify.
We are third
party. Yeah, me saying now to one work with the PR
I am an Intermasem. Until whom can we?
You know what you to
Sava.
Sava to the Sava.
I like Sava.
And it's just baby a free vocal, and I fear you.
And then you French.
It's afraid you're afraid you ain't go.
What do you got to say? Do baby, dear. Because you say do baby, dear.
Omo Sampa for French no ka na French papa.
Na o ka won ti ase.
Oh, French papa, o French.
O dey do you wan work atwam. Baby V Power S33 Champions League road to semi-final. The na shocking there Arsenal. Na yin preview semi-final matches na kakra.
But Arsenal didn't really shocking the moment.
Oh, sir.
I think you tipped them to qualify.
I tipped Real Madrid to qualify, but I said Arsenal were going to beat them at home.
At the Emirates.
At the Emirates.
Yeah.
And almost share our results, no. A year that 3-0, no. And I'm a table say Arsenal will go through.
Okay.
Before the first leg, I knew Madrid were going to go through. But I said Arsenal were going to win at the Emirates.
Yeah, and me Kaisa said second leg for no. Second legs, no man winning first legs in your
will qualify.
Exactly what happened.
The Arsenal share first leg in the
Oh, I knew they were going to qualify. And yet Madrid pedigree and Nameshe their current team. Because current team, no, and now they would debate so I can't say. If it's about the pedigree, nobody will play them. But it's about their current performance. And they've been awful this season. They are always conceding. This season, 12 games per no moon concede.
Okay.
They are always conceding. Every game today they will concede.
Today they will concede.
Oh, they will concede.
At least they will concede 2 goals.
So against you are
conceding.
So the defense here so porous that with a little bit of cutting edge opponent in Ibenyano, you are likely to score. When they played against Bilbao, they were fortunate to win that game. They've been very awful throughout the season. Just that they have that mojo. This is Madrid. Anna, psychologically, anytime a team plays them,
Ebesili true.
Mena mekai.
Kokuna kai.
Kwakuna ka say Ebesili true.
Also no matter what Madrid is so true.
O ba say Keju aso. Say Keju ade.
Only there so understanding no. So it's like playing against Milan. I always say Milan will go through. But that doesn't mean say no reality. And na me dey me person mo qualify but dey besi na kasa o. Nti off air no bia woni me din komo abaka chale. For me to ma share bear for. But kukuo no so beka jo say on be share. But you gina public I so justify because it's my team.
Okay.
So that one is understandable. Nti sa wo hwe Madrid team no mo dey be share Arsenal na. Arsenal the only challenge Arsenal for one is say omuni an out and out striker are going to become very tough. I will be to my guarantee of goals.
Okay.
Odi no bebewura against
you a onja mu maubi.
Ojai. Last season sa no ball no dey Champions League no buy sa no ball no and they are doing well. But sesia no ono so form no ateko and everything has been about Mbappe.
And you P1 can something which is there.
Something which is there. See, emphasize baby look at their midfield. Madrid midfield no and that is where sometimes I have problem with Ancelotti. Mimijiri said if it is not broken, they don't fix it. That is Ancelotti's philosophy. Into Ancelotti, we a young player didn't so be breaking into his team or not or working with trust.
Okay.
We gaining the trust, but that is all. Anything even his days with Milan, his days with Chelsea, we a young player now, but I didn't say Ancelotti be benchy and the trusted guys you know baby you
so trust you yeah Jumano so man.
That is it. It's Andre Kimuna and the Gula Mune, the better na bench ache unless you free up. Because once what you make gaining the trust, I had demon so a bed drop. And my problem was why would he temper with the midfield just to strengthen the defense? And tell me, yes, I had in the Panama Junior Trial see 2008 AFCON. Why we took Michael Essien from our strongest department, our pitch, and so which was the midfield.
So there was a red card situation.
And brought him to the back. It didn't make sense. We lost in the semi-final. Meanwhile, you had defenders. For Gigi show be
it's about trust,
yeah. But I said we even Valverde, Ed Nephew, Abebo right back. Then you take Kamavinga from there to left back. But team, there's one thing I've noticed. Defense need now back still a more problem. They still need to solve the defense. Into problem and Tinyasa feel will be a pra. And one of the strongest department, and I say pillars, and if you look at their midfield, their best player, and soon at time they are free on Valverde. Valverde is Madrid's best midfielder. In the last 3 seasons, he's been their best midfielder. Forget about the Jude Bellingham hype. So Valverde is a better player. Just that he's from that South America, a population of a little over 3 million, and I say battling against the PR, the propaganda around Jude Bellingham. Valverde is a better player than Jude Bellingham.
With all this, Arsenal, it's silly true, no? Arsenal beat Magic.
Arsenal will go to the final.
Arsenal will go
yes,
final.
Because PSG only better record in Arsenal.
Yeah,
they've never won a game against Arsenal. And this season when they played, Arsenal beat them 2-0
in the group stage.
And Luis Enrique said they have to learn, and since then they have learned.
But I think they will learn in the semis.
Yeah, they will learn.
Arsenal will have a difficult.
No, it will be very difficult. My problem, no.
This semi-final, yeah, what because Obenya cheap.
My problem with PSG is that they squander lots of chances. How many of those chances are they going to get against this well-drilled, organized Arsenal defense?
Okay.
And see, if 10 now said Naya, Arsenal you might not get 10 against them. Even the whole Madrid with their triumvirate winning one, couldn't get that.
But over 2 legs, PSG qualified. Don't be surprised.
Really? Yeah, that one anything can happen. But me, I'll go for Arsenal.
Over 2 legs, PSG made me qualify.
Don't be surprised.
And let me repeat. Last 2 weeks I said they said my dream final. Can me prefer PSG, Barca or Inter, Arsenal? One more pairing, no. PSG, Barca final or Inter, Arsenal final. But I think the 2006 final can repeat itself.
Quick on Barca, Inter. Quick on
Barca,
that.
Inter struggle when they play against Barcelona. Their last 12 games, they've met 12 times. Inter winning 2 pair. And their last winner was just Jose Mourinho team. The reason a lot of us here fancy Inter with defensive capabilities. 5 games conceded so far in the Champions League. You are playing against the most informed.
I think the last time on Chelsea in 2023.
I'm talking about the semi-final.
Oh, okay. And Mourinho.
Yeah, Mourinho. That 3-2, 2-1 at
more, yeah.
Bueno, and I think 3-1, then 1-0 here, and I ended 3-2.
Messi and penalty box.
So, and this is not different from that 2010 Inter team, no.
This is not different.
Different from that 2010 Inter team, no.
Okay.
This is a very defensively well-organized Inter team, well-drilled Inter team, just like the 2010 Inter team. My problem with this Inter team is who is going to play on the flanks? Are they going to dominate the midfield? Because when to men dominating midfield, they are finished. Because that Pedri guy, so to me, a far midfield now. Once they are able to contain Pedri, they are good to go. But so Mujano now, Barca for no FA midfielder, they are going to expose them our wings.
Okay.
Because Barca born, they dominate their midfield, they use their wings, no marketing in the same. Okay. But they are not going to have Robert Lewandowski in the game.
Wow.
Too
bad.
Ferran Torres.
Ferran
Torres had the best season since he started professional career.
Is he even a number 9?
He's a number 9, no. He's a number 9. He plays the wings, but he plays as a number 9 as well. Until any position is new to him. If I say Guardiola, Guardiola, no person than the ball. I'm fan call City. No, they wanted to use him as a number 9. Until your position, I just say because on your consistent,
and he's not in the cast for me. On your in the cast of a center
forward. Yes, no form no.
9 no.
No form nankasa no. Who say and nay baby a born na kwa kodu no. E kodu baby and you need bulky players to play as number 9. E bedu baby. Guardiola mo baba here nyomo bi you can even use like they say the first number 9.
First 9.
Into one diminutive player be
Fabregas when you abo.
Yeah, to me ben so baba bebo. Gradually we are getting back to the bulky players as number 9 ibio. The center forwards and they are elite we Europe.
Osimhen, Gokieres, Sheshko.
They are all 6 point something.
Yeah.
6 point something. 6 point something.
They are Lautaro no wakakra.
But even that one, on saying typical number 9 out and
out. Is more of a 10 than
yes.
Now,
Hurricane, Lukaku. Osimhen on number 6 point something.
I think he's
Osimhen.
Yeah. TikTok.
Pa Osimhen.
Osimhen.
But on your TikTok.
On your tick.
What? Can height? He's 6 point something.
Or lanky but or height.
Or what?
Osimhen what? But ni munye do to say typical Lukaku.
No, to say like as Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
I feel now they are pim so.
Into number 9, when you look at Harry Kane.
Up on the UEFA Champions League.
So that is why Majidi said Barcelona bet to me I expose Uomo. And they need to get their leg back.
Live Adom TV. So we a sports arena. Eba wakwamu memory da bia abra nondu abo apaimu. Enti yeda so tinkondwa so abodu baako apa won simano mako edu baako premoto a na yede enesom no so ebeba na wiye. Babia ye wo no amanone ne ye wo ho ha ye tafre a because of the UEFA Champions League semi-final course so draw aba any quarter final match a to dwa titu Arsenal de Barca de na nipa wogidi kakra but Arsenal de no so no na Madrid for ni be mo ayema hyew but ne nyina mu no the Besia and the see Arsenal ebebo PSG in the semi and Barcelona
King no
King's Cup
and the King he's more influential in the club than Florentino Perez now. And the King can have influence and they will take Florentino Perez out of the club.
Maybe you're kind of keke.
On your league in Punk different. Me say a league in different. But King's Cup, he will not even there. He will not there it. He will lose his presidential way. Who the man try?
Our release statement some
Bebo. King's Cup now say Umbo. Who be go on any
controversies going to that game na doors. On paper, Barca your favorite.
On paper.
Even with that Lewandowski,
my fan say Arsenal yi Madrid inti.
No. This Madrid team knows this is the only chance more at a trophy this season.
But the league is still not over.
The league is over.
The league is over for Madrid.
How many? 7?
No, 4.
4.
5 matches to go.
5 matches to go. With 5 matches to go.
And they are going to play against Madrid.
And they'll play a classic
game. May 11.
Unfortunately, the league is over for Real Madrid. Barca will not lose that title. And this is the only chance at Madrid they want to win a trophy this season. But you see, it once again comes down to the players in the team. This game is not about Ancelotti or Hansi Flick. It will be the drive from the players. And already, Marcan said, this Madrid team, especially up front, those who are supposed to be complementing the efforts of Mbappe, it is not there. And Nadine Kane, Rodrigo is not scoring. Vinicius is not a go-to man. So, if a very easy
game 2,
Ancelotti would not want to lose the game. But it is against an opposition. I watched it 2 times already.
But anything can happen.
And mentally, Barca have a hand on the trophy. Mentally, in Sabaku so trophy. Would the guys step up? And it won't be about Ancelotti. Ancelotti will never go into a game with a defensive setup. Ancelotti will not say, "My players are available until I'm going to defend." No, Ancelotti is an all-attacking coach. So once again, I think in the last fixture, I'm a boy. I'm winning one. I'm winning Hetafe. Or Starte.
And also Ombre.
Guillermo, Brahim Diaz boy.
The key players
rest. I'm a boy. Or resty a lot of. But I think and Dean spoke about trust. Even in that game, he opted to go for Courtois. Because Gonzalez be there, Muma. Celta Vigo the other year.
Gonzalez.
Was it Celta Vigo? One of the teams.
They lost.
They lost that game to Valencia. Rafael Miane, who go through a share.
Yeah.
But one said, don't forget, game competition beyond any game plan.
Game plan. Madrid's game plan is clear. They will not defend.
That is King's Cup final.
They will not defend. Madrid will not defend. The last time Madrid won 4-0, right?
Yeah. Was it not 4-1?
4-1. 4-0 is a 4-1. Madrid will not defend. They will not defend.
Madrid they defend.
And Nimsani Barca will come at them. There's a lot of hunger. And once Barca know they are dominating Madrid in the last 2 games or so, they know that mentally they are up there over them.
Barca
a favorite.
People are Haji.
Yeah.
You call that particular game na yemrefi. Na yemrefi so
difficult game.
Before I be call boardroom.
A difficult game. Madrid call for redemption. And for Barca, in the last 8-7 seasons, before Monaco, the last time they won the Champions League was in 2015. And since that Champions League, Madrid are just 5. They've not even got into the semi-final. since when is it 2018, 2019 or 2020? And the new opportunity to show more back to back here. And they're on the verge of winning the league. They're in the semi-final of the Champions League. And I know now I'm on that morano. And Omenya that belief said, no, this time maybe it's our time.
They can do a treble again.
That's what they think. Something I really doubt. But in football, like we could say, everything is possible. Until say a bebo whistle, ne we no. Bibia be to Messi. And Afibiane and Munsem. From nowhere, they can easily achieve it. Sa game way, here Barca for Madrid.
Here Barca chair Madrid.
Madrid.
Oh, Kwambe so.
For
Because
Barca,
Madrid in every Champions League.
Yes. They have nothing. They have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Almost sure, man. The other for me, you say they are.
You're two for months, right?
And anytime I'm also going final, Biano, or more some mentality no woman tell me say Madrid there, or more final, or more final.
Okay.
Don't forget that the last time they met in the Copa del Rey final, we saw what happened.
Onim baby original man say my own mahabim. Because the other we tell me idea ne obesan dey boardroom. And if I go straight and say abeba waba.
Beautiful.
But ala too much of man anunsi why na beje.
Oh yeah, what we are
there is a boardroom there very
no yeah. Before obeba no be say answer.
My family go Google this year. Now my family this year. Okay. Chairman say me.
What the cobra?
Cobra. Mebe kwaba. And then 8 p.m. Trophy winner 2 clubs in Aqua Corporate. Very beautiful. On hini trophy.
Any EPL there na ba.
Oh, there be EPL there no also. Ala to menya.
But kwaku we so ebia ye hu ni TV so e be kese ya pa so.
EPL there be wo studio ha.
EPL trophy na fe pa.
Oh no, me kan ne fe, me kan ne kese no so na me so me fe.
Ah, ne kese.
We so.
Wow. Okay, yeah.
We so because I remember said the last time on my boy no think I saw this Sergio Ramos okuta trophy no me hwe the way na trophy no esonya ba ko bi no ko drop okra wo ka mo eto form no
ba ko bi muamoa
ai efi ayomo ayi no so open top no so great Sergio Ramos no ka to form so 2 clubs in na no we one trophy amokwa corporate and trophy be important depending on the circumstance.
Okay.
A few years ago, in Copa del Rey final there, Madrid for the best Barca for Copa del Rey, Copa del Rey, Mudiamu Copa del Rey, and was yeah, the most successful club. They've won 31 times. Bilbao is 24, and Madrid is 20. Yeah. And I think Atletico Madrid is 10, Valencia, and normal so. And the king will be there. King Felipe will be there. Or because sa competition way. When you go to Spain, sa competition way. In fact, the Royals in there. When you come here, we change league na mobile. Because anytime a King's Cup, no time no be do no. King no be bia or no matter the situation, or be make sure stadium or because or no and the present. When say baby a FA Cup no, England no because say FA Cup no, na or more jada FA Cup na dey bet. In Spain, the King's Cup is unique. Stadium Mukwa Kwabon no. Katuya no honey. In Seville. Last season, how number final. This season, how number final. Nti a beautiful place. Tartan tracks ni no more year free ho. Increase capacity no. Capacity nanka say around 57,000. Time omubo Euro 2020 multinational Euros no omubo no. Omubo bi o say omo increase the call 70,000 and this is King Felipe. That's it. Oh, Bell Stadium or Bekwa. When the king is going to the stadium, you dare not say home game no. Madrid game no bebo. Florentino Perez and call dinner, normal dinner and come here. One call proud to the game, come here dinner, royal dinner, yes, so one call. They don't care, but you still come and play the game. If you like, don't come to the stadium. Once the king is involved, the King's club is the Real Madrid. Influence or no. Florentino Perez doesn't even have 1% of that influence.
Okay.
And it's a game way, take it from me. So the Nimguasia Bre royalty now, he will lose his presidency.
Perez.
No, so a small fish in a big pond. Madrid no one can say mo call short no. Felipe mo na say for man say o call Spain na far right no. O mo club no no. And Florentino Perez no a small fish o. At say dey bia o tie ya. we director nankasa we inside director over TV so
David.
obetuma cut here ina sisi a sanete enti Florentino Perez the on e di animu ye bibia no mo call shot for the club nankasa no omo wo room wo. And it's a difficult game for both sides because Madrid psychologically omo down. For Barcelona, they are up there. But omo that edge you so to share Madrid beyond for the third time and
That is the question. Because
Ancelotti is no mino. Ancelotti no ordinary coach. Abeka say onene kwa bobo ya. Ubetwa fa no so and na obehye no and now yes, he lost the first one 4-0 October. Omo ko Riyadh January osan ko lusu 5-2. A game anya red card na Barcelona betuma show 8. Chances na eba san na red card na ba no mote ba ko na 5-2. Enti nkomet match of 8. But game bia na emu nsem. And final so boy different. Na maka say Madrid for almost omo final they win finals. Enti wo kwa kobo team a onim final but the whole Spain onim final na bochen wo bia. Na wona ne kobo. In the Copa del Rey, almost 7 times final no Madrid they win 4. Barcelona they win 3. Until then, a bit to make 5-3 and I say 4-4. Game we and a bit decided. Unfortunately,
a bit to make saying
5-3 or 4-4.
You bring more goals, sir.
Where the 4 times?
Okay.
Where the 260th Air Class you come over 38th in the Copa. Unfortunately, week in Madrid, MSC Abranche, Elusu Abranche way. Kamavinga out. Say ombo game nibi. Very terrible news.
But a big blow.
Madrid rankasa wo mo problem when it comes to injury. But sometimes they do crucial moments this guy injury is so crucial to the extent say or versatile. Cause this time Madrid they struggle with defense because so Bellingham now Chouameni are available. Next so Branch FN Valverde are available. You have every reason to play this guy as a left fullback. And he excels very well. He excels. Me games are much left fullback in and he has never disappointed me. The only place I am not more lucky a right fullback. And that play Valverde plays well, but I don't like Valverde playing there. And I'll tell you why. If you look at the Madrid setup and you look at players who may play now, this is Camavinga, this is Adom Militao, Cavaha, and David Alaba. Alaba no play doubtful. He might play, he might not play. But the point is, if you look at players here who play now, where they've been able to play without him, they've been able to play without this man all the way to the quarterfinal of the Champions League, all the way to 4 points or more lesser than Barcelona league. But this guy, crucial time here about
Camavinga
and the Real Madrid for. Barca so injury concerns. A week way Barca so lose. Number 9, Robert
Lewandowski. Senior man.
Lewandowski at an age, 40 goals across all competition this season. Not bad. He's 36. Maybe expectation this season Kwabesha be 20 goals. But he's the anchor man at Madrid, Barcelona for you soon anymore. And Hansi Flick system no, but they seem to do perfectly. Because some dominating me for normal touring, some close upon a better match. Me say 4-0 no. Both your pemi ya crossover no di team panyan.
Yeah, pemba na.
Yeah, there be or body share or the team pemi at the core angle say. And now that distance are near wom. To me pemi sa ball ne share na. I was like, wow.
Experience.
And your striker be a bit to my share.
There be.
Or best say chances ni bi.
So on the Luan go so.
Or best say chances ni bi bet enya ni na no. Ena. Or best say no. And at an age, you don't expect, say, or be more consistent results. I was surprised about Barcelona for Crampono. Or went to call for a striker. Paul Victor is very young. But Bona Lewandowski be man or Paul Victor into me in farm. He will be on the bench. Definitely Obebem Edia change Ferran Torres and now Croneba. But I doubt so be to make no major impact. Looking at Lewandowski. Another player ye key Alejandro Balde. Barcelona for attack never left in Abrante in Adeba.
And also you're out.
Oh, you're out. I underrated him. But boy, naturally, me say currently he will be in the top 10 best left backs.
He should be.
Probably top 5, depending. And unfortunately, this season, Barcelona first started with this young man, Marc Bernard. He's just 17. What?
Barcelona for GDO on Kramupa.
Boy, when you watching Casada Nukra.
A coach, no, no.
It's coach. Born a coach, no. Born a coaching. Blaster Diani Biani. A coaching. You look at Marc Casado, never replacing no surprise. And to 2 holding midfielders in from La Masia, you know, pride. Mark and that test again there. I know Barcelona fans will tell you, say, oh, Prano Crown is a blessing in this.
Oh, Barca for anyade.
Oh, man, come on, do semi-final.
Countless seasons.
Oh, man, come on,
do Champions League semi-final. Me catch also anyade.
Ah, okay.
His past is prime. Barcelona person mu ko anima. Mark and that test again and you goalkeeper so mu do money to no. We pound.
Okay.
To
aso.
Enti sa papa we. Your friend who said David Spenhartel. Or ye professor at Cambridge University. Na papa we your research be. Na me dey game just snapping here.
Okay.
Na some more kind say abrabono. Bibi a we bia wo hia lack. Bibi a we abrabono mu bia no hia lack. Or say at the highest level of football, tie 40% of match outcomes are determined by pure luck, not skill.
Okay.
At the highest level.
Yes. Highest level.
At the highest levels of football,
40%.
40% of match outcomes are determined by pure luck, not football. Or say a deflected goal, a referee score, a lucky bounce. The same randomness shapes your entire life. Career advancement, abrabo, or career, journalism, so we wenim, so be investment returns, business success, even relationships.
Bonotofa.
The ochire nyina say
luck here.
Luck. 40% of games are you winning, professional games. And yet team awo.
Okay.
And you luck. On the research time in no and you compete. And on my lot of breakdown. Actually, games are a luck. What say? Who bet to man what all the best players? Best who need luck now, you lose the game. Now referee score no make here na me kokko fa referee by Ricardo the Balls Bongochaya. Weak with pressure. Yeah. Ricardo the Balls Bongochaya.
Oh my goodness.
On say the way almost spelling into no.
Wesusa.
Wesu. Or say of course ne background ko school am ya attack ne ba. So papa ye kron for just like Kweku said. This season, Grado Sato on the co-officiating, I think Munera Montero and the co-officiating game now, Oma Jude Bellingham red card no. Omo di referee na time sama RFEF no, ebe release statement at the backing referees no. Referees no question do statement by. Ama mete Javier Tabas, La Liga president, ka say Real Madrid for sebe Oma dream ka omo. Or say sebe Ono Madrid fan you know. Openly, he's always been saying so. No, I'm a Madrid fan, and I think he's a card-bearing member of the club. But see,
no more anytime.
Also, I'm about them. Because Sabi. Sorry, thank you, Sabi. Also, Sabi, I'm about them because Sabi, someone more kind of young. I mean, he was very wild. Seeing Sama or kind because of the attack. Of course, I referee so.
Okay.
And they referee where attack on the corner. So if you want the interview, the referee needs soon yet. RFEF said there is no way I will make changes how officiating official way. On one day, I say it's heartbreaking when my son goes to school and has to hear stuff like his father is a thief. No soon. I was saying about school, I saw Papa crom for. And the entire RFEF near so worried they say it happened live for Madrid TV. They were taking videos and there would be a phone lines, you know. I said they were inciting the supporters. A difference we show now because Obianka na agree, but sometimes when you patrol Jinasoma Mekakra, when you inside the supporters, na ama interne na mo attacking and no attacking the papa mononka says we are only hoping say some research na omo ye no say referee score and can decide who wins this game.
And I think even starting the Barca games, they have
he has 81%. Madrid was 64%. And Untina Madrid but he doesn't play the game, does he?
But I fair.
Yeah, I don't know. Oko UEFA our category A referee in so. And he's not an ordinary coach. He's a technical is it technical dentist or dentist? Yeah, technical dentist. Or is it dentist technician rather? Dentist technician. Oh no. Until oyo omo yes sin ho ne sa anyoma no wadwuma. And he's a young man, he's just 39. It's unfortunate say bibi sa eto no. O show mo recent head to head look at Barcelona against Real Madrid. The last 3 meetings omo mienu ehia no. Barca as 11. Real Madrid as 3. You remember say omo friendly match against 4. So friendly match no Barca we need 2-1. Hansi Flick first game.
Yeah.
Then they played the 4-0 in the league and the 5-2 in the Supercopa de España. Our Riyadh. 11 goals against 3. What just statistics where on the last 5 games on my ball, Barcelona has 11 goals biome. Last 5 games so Madrid has 4 in the last 5 games with all the attack. Madrid La Liga has 66 goals. Barcelona has 89 goals in La Liga. But look at Kaoshe proud to the season and the episode as one the best more. It should definitely be Madrid. Yeah. You have the Mbappe, you have the Vini, and you have Rodrigo. This is a young team that has a 36-year-old striker, a 17-year-old winger, and a 28-year-old outcast.
And
Rafinha. 95 shots for Barcelona, 74 shots for Real Madrid. Free kicks 40, 53. Corner kicks 33, 35. Total fouls 40, 53. Madrid the year fouls. No wonder some of the last 5 games, so many have 10 yellow cards.
Wow.
Or they will make a lot of fouls in day. They will make a lot of fouls in today's game. Red card, probable say red card between me about.
Say any bread.
Passing accuracy in the air. Shadan Dosso there. I say Ben. Ocean interceptions and also 28, 29. And I say stars in the air. A big Ben offside 7-6. But when you now tougher no, it's about who creates more chances. Barca creating more chances. The 3 games on my ball, Maminyu Bakono friendly match in film. Na yen konkwasha other games on my ball. That's the 2 games, the 4-0 and the 5-2. Barcelona creating more chances, and they are going to rely on Rafinha. No wonder saw my last game on my boy and on my man a little bit of rest.
And he's doing well.
He's the contender for Ballon d'Or. He will win the Ballon d'Or.
Wow.
They just have to win the league. Forget about the Champions League. Champions League, you know, players are meant to win the Champions League, you know. Or meant to win the Ballon d'Or ahead of him, you know. Or mean the year of the Champions League, you know. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Players, you know, meant to win the Ballon d'Or. Players, you know, meant to win the Jana now, Madrid. The only player now who's meant to win the Jana, no, and so free round of 16. Oko Liverpool, Mo Salah. They are done. He's done. Omo in now per poster boy. Obetu magia. Or no more project no. Ne club no so. Or that clout, or that swag, or that prestige. Or bello biama na mane winning. If you look at his numbers too, they say heads don't lie. So been a born and jump. If you look at his numbers, the numbers no so chiro say. Oh, Europe midfielders and ringers say oh be you map bi na wa hwa de. You see. Ringers away Europe, or we now all compare or he's the number 1. Midfielders and ringers, may you forward a frame. Or no, they're number 1. So if you watch the map, you see touches 74%, chances created 97%. Among all the ringers on the LED, shot attempts 98%, goals 98%. Rafinha. The player traits, no. Baby, or shorty, aerial duels 12%. He's not a defender. It's understandable. Defensive action 26%. It's quite cool. And you share numbers now. When it starts compared to other attacking midfielders and ringers, Europe top 5 leagues, or no. This is Rafinha. No wonder. Say leading or say that's all leading contenders will be winning Ballon d'Or. Sabasa be winning game now. A lot will be dependent on this young man.
All right.
Because the first leg and the 2 games no more boy now. He was so influential, instrumental in their win.
What about
I'm just
Madrid?
Praying.
What about Madrid?
I'm just praying. Say, Madrid, Carlo Ancelotti in Kwaya na adie no. Mesre no. You should play this young, handsome man in the midfield for them. One in the adie ne take. They don't have a Toni Kroos. Madrid team no. Omuni a ball controller. Omuni obia or caresse ball no the Iniesta, the Toni Kroos. Omuni bi omu team num. But omu at least obi oye very direct. This season on about 270 shots. Only do Madrid players in Nina. The numbers now no, and he's one person oye very direct. Any angle he can shoot and he will score. You don't take your best midfielder and convert it into a right fullback. You don't do that. And Kafa Bellingham ball. Me, I'll put Bellingham at fullback. Then it will play all of them. I'm just being sarcastic.
Yeah, I get you.
Because he's the best midfielder. And boy, I am a can. And yes, I may disrespect Bellingham. Bellingham is a world-class player. But I'm just comparing. Say in their midfield, no, I think this guy plays better. Numbers, and also I want to see a better. In terms of the work rate, the passing accuracy, the way to me progressive ball, everything about this guy is unique.
Even recoveries.
Recovery, thank you.
Recoveries.
Recoveries, yes. And to who was such a midfielder, you don't convert him into a fullback. Now we expose you midfield no, because Maka say Ejumana Luka Modric mo year no 4 years ago no. Omo ntumi nya ne. Pedro mu di ni be dwane. Daniel mu di ni be dwane. Until after 30-45 minutes, when Zakokrano or Cheso he can't run again. As a someone working on these two guys, Raul says he's a fine player. He still have problems because he's still developing. He's like a Pau Kubasi.
And he's
for
too much
Barcelona.
of a hothead. Like
yes.
In games, on team keeping the composure.
So, excitement, you know. I don't say, yeah, kasa. And that is something that Pau Kubasi need to be very well. I say, calm. He's the best ball progressor ever Barca for each year. And I'll come and talk about him just like 1 minute. So they have to talk to these guys. Because you are the senior most. Ayewu Rudiger. Into one say one organizing which year. If they are able to organize themselves very well, I think they should be able to stop Ferran Torres from any threat or Bema anymore. They can expose this guy. Madrid forbid to make use guy with Gerard Martin, no. On the ball left full back. Changes beyond bar.
I don't know bit man expose.
He's 23, in Timen Castle young. But born on shed any bossa.
I think so a good defensive but
sir.
Yes.
Yeah, Alejandro Bemau in overlaps.
I'm not
and
I'm
attack,
person Kwakume I am person compare him put but on the bad you know. I'll put him in a category make so when him
so bad in a ball.
Yes. Into what did they compare gap no?
Emuwa.
So Madrid bet me win game now so mo target is abo in a position. No mo target baby because baby obeda no. Obesan so you very close to Abrantia your friend Inigo Martinez. And Inigo Martinez na ya hwe no. Who person share Barcelona target him. Not that he's a bad player, but he's not a bad ball progressioner. Onya that good to say Pau Kubasi no. Nti o target ho no ma. And because Gerard Martin na bebo ho no. Ese se nani ba akoso san so call left full back no ho no. Na o support no. So Madrid should start targeting that place. That position is in Rodrigo bebo. Rodrigo so this season on uniform.
Okay.
Probable lineup nini. I think Mendy will start our left full back. Because already Camavinga and you Vasquez, you should play Vasquez. The only problem is Rafinha money Vini mu and Yama mu be no adwuma. Ombe no adwuma bet Valverde ewo ho. No board double pivot na Valverde betumi a support no alongside Rodrigo. This week Ancelotti ni omo ye meeting catch am say ball no enya stardom nko an ye dey ball. Sometimes I say musumo be chire mu ja omo na ball ye tefa so a nobody wants to recover. Nobody is a superstar. Our bro attacking so Mumrambe support. He spoke to Bellingham, he spoke to Vini Jr., he spoke to Rodrigo and Mbappe. So bono mulu subona mumbre chire metake.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. This season Ancelotti first classico no boy no obo 4-3-3 olusu 4-0. Second classico obo 4-4-2 olusu 5-2. Ancelotti after winning the Bilbao game no or say the best system I pay best you team way 4-4-2 but he played 4-4-2 against them he lost 5-2. Anything I think he might play 4-2-3-1.
Okay.
Yehwe Madrid Barca 14.
Barca my prediction na fancy.
Barca team no. Barca will play Yehwe Barca there no. Barca team no, their goalkeeper will be Szczesny. Ombebo on my right back will be Kunde. They will play their left back Gerard Martin. Ombebo on center forward Pau Kubasi and Inigo Martinez. They are going to play Pedri, Ombebo, Frankie de Jong, and they'll play Dani Olmo. It's likely Dani Olmo will start his first Clasico. Or best starting the first Clasico. 2 Clásicos now boy na no be no start here. But he's going to start his first Clasico at the Amaom. When you take him out, I think the forward will be Rafinha, Lamine Yamal, and Abrante friend Ferran Torres. For the non person me we any but unfortunately into my man team fanche. Nti erno and a be on first lineup on so the bebo. It's going to be a very difficult game.
Who wins?
Barcelona eba attack more. I think Real Madrid will try and play them on the counter. I'll go for a Barcelona 2-1 win. 2-1. They'll score 2 goals. Barca will score 2 goals. Madrid will also score. And I'll go for Barcelona. I've watched them very well. These 2 games are Mabonino. On my last 3 games, Mabonino said all the teams are struggling to win because matches in the doors. In the last 2 months, the matches do Mabo. In time, I said they convincing games. But I'm happy to say both sides need to rest a few of their key players. Barcelona rested 7 of their starters. Their last game on Mobile we winning 1-0. For the first time in about 20 years, Barcelona had the best record in a single game. 40 shots at Mobile. 40.
Dean.
A dominant display against Mallorca.
Yeah, fancy.
They should be able to win this game. And they'll win 2-1.
But Premier League, you know, now
first year,
first year, we are the Betinance Mame. We are the French league in the TV, so Angers any Lille, Lens any Ozil, Montpellier any Reims, Nantes ever bought Toulouse, and Marseille and Brest in the ever Pim. So that is the La Liga matches are ever so no. And live on your screen, no. Matches are in the French Le Championnat and the the EPL so minimum matches but the me pese V Power hwe kakrama me ansama kwa Alfred wono the Ghana Premier League matches the bania and Ghana Premier League ho asem mufia de ayenye yi starting ne Accra Lions and Bechem United Medium and Young Apostles. These are the 2 matches, but quick on the sack of Ogum and the appointment of Karim Zito. Now, foul match back home.
Spontaneous decision.
Yeah.
Typical of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Almost to me make a decision on impulse. And I'm not surprised. B almost feel say baby Eduno. But did say players in relationship ni Ogum relationship na enko yi. And once you are not in charge or in control of the dressing room, it may create a lot of problems. In the last result, so now a worry. 2 draws, 2 losses, conceding 5 in the last 2 concerts. Minyanka, Ogum should have finished the season. But they be a Niaman Koye, you have to leave. Kotoko is one of the brilliant brains in football in terms of coaching and youth development. And I'm buying Karim Zito. But the question is, and I'm say, Karim Zito, within the space, limited time or one, obey to me, as some boys see our journey, Konya results on the field. Maybe Gidi said that would be one of the difficult tasks for him. See, against Adriana, difficult. They won the first leg 2-0. But Adriana is side when they want to challenge Kotoko, they have a way of doing it. But a good statement, they have what the Zito campaign. So Obenya a decent result. Mind you, there are just 2 wins from going back to the top of the team.
Yeah.
We
be able to play vision.
And
from the end won the Ghana Premier League, anything at all can happen. 1 win can take you out of the top 4.
Points,
1 loss can take you out of the top 4. 1 win can take you back. But I believe, say, will be capable of turning things around. Zito is the man.
Okay.
For Kumasi Asante.
But I say all on the Ghana Premier League now do now opesa what now who on Premier League in about 2:30 Ghana Premier League build up alatula mesabe tenase na no me nsa yafa live game no Accra Lions the amount enti me yenko Alfred ho na yenko hwe sika tokrom sika o de ba be cha amanfo because the amanfo be diska if you are a Kodija one and what I want to ya Ehu, Alfred Akama.
Alatula Mejoso.
I want 4 piscadi. Say people call there.
Nyamenadum fee.
I from where?
Nyamiadum no hoye.
Yankwe.
Alatu masomu diana medisika tokru ina medebre etifo ene ahwefo enyina ewo Adom TV. Alatu last 2 weeks. Crystal Palace or say both team to score. Omantimi and Shagomo ball 0-0. And that's where the 23 odds. Any a day break Ashafoni TF nyina 23 odds. And also both team to score. And in there we are the code number mao. Obi wa shasha or break into boko ni shema.
Also the odds send about 20 cents.
23 odds.
But they born in 27.
Say rise.
Okay.
See our life no so then
Okay.
yes
Okay.
until life update na sort but as of Indra na 27 yes until per wo betting platform a ba akotwa on no so betimi ayi den akosoro and betimi ayi den aba form until Alatu your first game Chelsea versus Everton. Chelsea and Everton both team to score Everton this year performance na kakra last year the obo no mo de dase ho and Chelsea so struggle or Shebiani Asheni be so both team to score in a Sikato Chrome epic. The next game so Wolfsburg versus Freiburg, Germany Bundesliga no, and also you pick both team to score. The next game so Hoffenheim versus Borussia Dortmund. Or Germany why and also both team to score. Ya baba EP on him Brighton versus West Ham and also you pick both team to score. Near course Syria A too far ako Italy. And also you have Vicenza on the AC Milan and also you are picking both teams to score. Yababa back to Spain. Now Yababa picking Villarreal versus Espanyol Barcelona and also you are picking both teams to score. Alatu 27 odd. Obi wa shasha or bre. Code ni kobo na fasha ho kona kobo. Code ne 1 B F D E 7 F 1. Code no 1 B F D E 7.
Somebody be
Me sambo biom.
somebody be.
You sponsor a Betway. So Betway code na yebo no.
Until the only download do ya no download.
No download it. Into a 1 B F D E 7 F 1. Me sign sisu biom. Last one. 1 B F D E 7 F and a single 1. Into Ubosha wa teams we nyina beba kakra wona de ato ekire undi 18 years a nkomaya ya boy onka ho bi mesro
na nkobo bosia so mfa ntwa
MTN ai MTN lo yi
na ama
o ye kakra de akọ so but ebia wo sika bi da ho na obosa abosian na obetim dia ya wo ho kwan ba mesro
so ukọji obi sika
se chairman adechi a bo me owo busia bi adechi a me de brewa ni e pa cho waso ebe ye hye ebetimi asai eye game a me check winning rate no 95%. That means 5% na dey chire no to ye de ba de losing rate etimi si sene ya enua din e kan ye no o se papa ne say football no dodro na ye winning nyina ye lack when deflection etimi ba na hye ebi wa bon so na number bi inti lack so kan betting no ho inti mesrew susufa kogu so bibi kakra bi na o de ogu so na ama agudie no ayede inti Alatu over to you.
Mr. Alfred, I don't know, odds out there every, I don't know, 27 odds, but unim said the dog can assault, until Ababe drew your father 23 odds, until what the code and so as amount, until betting side, we have officer with the Shema, a Bebuana and Saka Sikano, and not the amount. No, Dean, your time national, but carrying to appointment as the interim coach of Asante Kotoko, and the sack, no. Ufi said there is a ma ogum wie na juma
Major Sank and some money finish season.
Okay.
Season they at least or finish here because still Kotoko mathematically they can win them. Just say performance, very inconsistent. Because social coach I would buy 20 players by now Saki 20 players. And I think the communication also didn't help. From the beginning of the season, Kotoko know the best squad, they know the best defender, they know the best goalkeeper, they know the best striker. You understand? In seminar, more kind in a tour supporters need room. On your keka, omo can send be bria. Mejidi say, omo ma supporters so ambitious say. Your team need so be to me shayen. Your team need say no best defender. Your team need say no best goalkeeper. I think the communication, the way omo here no. Into my supporters know what that feeling at that entitlement.
Almost 17 players.
The communication wasn't coming from the club. I don't think the club said they have.
It was coming from where?
And yeah, group we ya omo Kumasi omo ha gotokoi.
So I say Uma ho kwan so na nipa be ma
let's establish it. Say
that didn't help.
I don't think the Kotoko media came out with all this.
That didn't help. That didn't help. Intiama supporters in the team so my club no nobody can beat them. Who check your last 8 games? Kotoko struggle so be 2 goals simple. Is that one or they are not scoring? Scoring na kwa problem the amount they brought in Kwame Poku, he's not really scoring or share a few goals. I say wako hibernation kakra. Then Abetamwa on an air goals no Coco Prize. Over goal king chat na. He has 8 goals. And also Coco Prize. So team Nankasano and so exceptional. I said here amount for anticipating, And na me say once a team I bring about 20 players just one season, it will take time. They cannot all perform this season. We a few quality players next season. Maybe a 1 or 2 B, 2, 3 B. So able to make from now additions back be ababa shame. Then you can target the league. Maybe at this season their target should have been the FA Cup, and they are on course to win the FA Cup. So why would we sack him? But we brought in another coach, and also I am better than Ono. So on last 9 games, Karim Zuto picked 17 points. Kotoko picked 8 or 9 points in the last 9 games. And to Kotoko, what they compare coach no Madina Kopa Abadi Anka, you say Karim Zito is an upgrade. The experience I want, but nobody should put pressure on him. Kotoko should target the FA Cup and win the FA Cup. For the league, it's going to be BNE.
For the league,
it's going to be BNE.
No,
they can't win the league. They shouldn't put pressure on the coach. BNE Go Stars has won the league.
Hajidin, I don't know. The Daiko so ya ne Pitri. I was your for with him say, you know, Tenase, Saturday be at 10:30 up to 12. Until okay.
Or share the show all the way inside Afien.
Afienya.
Hey, Afienya.
MF Estate.
Okay.
Me ko in Real.
Nadi you kwa den.
Afienya me ofio.
Timichiana no pon. Or ye or Sports Arena pa. Very young lad. Very young lad.
Yeah, one was a kiddies fanfare no. And also Basso Mayday.
Mayday they say that Thursday and Friday.
Thursday.
Thursday. Oh yeah.
And
I say Jinem.
No man fast can so
100 cities.
Pe.
Mon fan kra no 100 cities you know. Pe. 100 Ghana aduane ka ho.
E wa he.
Wager.
Yeah. Oh okay.
Choice.
Wager hoson nti kirem wager choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Triple Hill Hotel.
Hotel. Oh, okay.
And 100 Ghana
100 cities.
What they are crying ko dware nsu man no didi but me didi.
Didi nkra be fa.
Obedidi. Obedidi peche. I was appointed Shannon so mama say on Thursday
start anopa.
Let's start anopa. Yeah, by 6 it is we say nkra
yeah.
Enti sorry. But yeah then said njese ne tie no. Yabasa Shia 2:30. Bechem United are traveled away from Bechem on Accra Lions. Ne de ebe pim. So into the sports arena, ebesi Dennis Asamwani Alatula Makramo. But make a day say 2:30. Yabasa Shia faster than Macri.